The More Than One Way to Motherhood fertility series is dedicated to my mother, Beverly Sims, who was a mother to many and a great mother to my sister and I. And welcome to the Tynee Talks podcast, the podcast that educates and entertains, the podcast where you come to laugh and learn. I am your host, Tynee, and on this episode, we'll be doing a 3-part series on motherhood, more than one way to motherhood, a fertility journey. Because, everybody's just not doing it missionary. There's more than one way to conceive and bring in a life.
Period. I love that, child. She's like, not just missionary, baby. You got options.
Yeah.
I was trying to do it that way first, and then I got my eggs as backup if the missionary part don't work out. Yeah.
Okay. I have an exceptional guest on part 1 of the series. Her name is Miss Candace Rodgers. She is a Dallas native, graduated from Dallas ISD schools, hailing from Booker T, Washington. She then continued her educational journey on to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, UAPB, where she majored in fisheries and biology. She low-key a genius, you know what I'm saying? She went on to get her master's degree from the University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, another HBCU, because obviously my girl is HBCU down to the socks. Talk about I love being Black. She is it. She also is a full-time realtor and influencer. And welcome to the Tynee Talks podcast. Candace, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. You look good.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Skin is skinning.
Thank you.
Teeth is teething.
Thank you.
Come on, glow.
You look amazing as well, my fellow lock sister. Okay.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the locks. What made you lock a little bit before we get into our motherhood journey? We had a lock journey. How was your lock journey?
You know what? So I grew up as one of those children who had a mother who did not do hair.
Okay.
So I got a lot of braids. Mm-hmm. Braids. And then that turned into wigs, right?
Yes.
And I noticed that my edges were on life support.
Jesus Christ.
And so it was coming to a decision of, do I shave it all off or do I lock it up? I needed to do one or the other.
Yes.
So that's how I started. I can't say that I had this strong connection to my roots or anything like that. Like, I wish I did.
Yeah.
I don't have that story.
Yes.
But I love them. I love them.
Gorgeous.
And I feel like I love myself more. Mm-hmm. And out of all of the expensive hairstyles that I have had, I get the most compliments on my locks now.
Yes.
Yeah. So they fit me. They were made for me.
They fit you. They do.
And this is really what our hair is supposed to do.
Exactly.
So.
I wish more similar journey to you. I always tell people I had every hairstyle that there ever was.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
From a perm to a press to give me number 42 in the hair book. You
right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I've had everything. I even had a fade. I've shaved it off.
Really?
I've had a fade. I've had an afro, the pup. Literally everything that the Black girls were ever doing, I did. Except the Jerry curl.
Right. I didn't do that
Never
either.
crossed the line.
Let your soul glow. Yeah.
That was too much. You know what I mean? But I wanted one. I just never, my mama's never curled.
Right.
So mine probably wasn't going to curl.
Okay.
So I ended up, it wasn't because of my deep roots and all that. It was literally like, this is the last resort. I'm tired of my scalp hurting. The perms really hurt my scalp. My natural hair, it was just, my hair so thick, it was just becoming hard to manage. And then the natural girlies wanted to charge $8 million for just a regular situation. So I was like, let me get the locks, and I feel, like you said, I feel more me.
Right.
I get the compliments. I don't, wigs and weave never, to me, looked right on me. I was doing it, but it didn't look and feel right.
You were cosplaying.
I was cosplaying, y'all. I was cosplaying with that Remy hair and that yaki.
It's okay. We've all been there.
We've all been there. Yeah. A Black girl's journey.
A Black girl's journey.
That's a whole nother episode.
It really is.
You have to come back for that.
Okay.
So now we're going to get into your fertility journey.
Okay.
You truly inspired this episode, you and my friend Maxine, who will be on part 2 of this episode. But you really did when I saw you post your journey, because I am a second time around mom. I had my first child at 25, and then I've had my second child 15 years later, or almost 15 years later, at the age of 39.
Okay.
So I am considered advanced maternal age, or a geriatric pregnancy with
Right.
my daughter.
Right.
And so it was very different this time around. And I know a lot of mothers are considering motherhood in not so traditional ways. And so this episode, you inspired it with the title of There's More Than One Way to Motherhood. Can you speak a little bit to that sentiment?
Yes. So I think that for me, I made the decision to do this because I am a single woman. I'm 38. And when I went to get my well woman exam, they measure this hormone. I believe it's the anti-Müllerian hormone. And it doesn't tell you your egg count, but it tells you where you are in the range. And so I remember going in 2023, it was one number. 2024, it was down 0.5%, right? And it was low. It was both times it was low. So I was like, oh my gosh, my eggs are going to be scrambled.
That was your exact thought.
That was my exact thought. But then only to find out once I actually paid to go through this process and did the first like vaginal ultrasound, you know, they counted how many eggs I have. And on average, it's 5 to 12 on each side, 5 to 12. And on the left, I have 15. On the right, I have 12. So then the doctor said, actually, that number was wrong. Like your anti-Müllerian hormone must. Okay, let me start over.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically he said that number was wrong. That was measured by my OBGYN. But I also found out that number fluctuates. So, so yeah, there's more than one way, and I think with modern medicine we have such an advantage. So I was like, why not take advantage of this? Because for me, it's like insurance. You know, now I am gonna try the old fashioned way.
Yes.
We gonna do the horizontal polka.
Come on,
you know,
no pants dance. I'm all for it.
Right. Now, but if that doesn't work out, I have my insurance.
Yes.
So I think if women have the funds, or you know, whether it's through their insurance or they have them personally, they should definitely take advantage of them if motherhood is on the docket.
Yes.
You know, because the last thing I want it to be is in menopause and say, man, I wish I had a child.
Oh,
yeah,
I love that.
So,
oh, I love that sentiment, because we are in an era, especially as millennials, where it was pumped in us to go to college, to pursue everything, like go for everything first.
For everything.
And motherhood wasn't necessarily pushed on us.
It wasn't.
Like it was. My mother was a baby boomer. My mother was born in 1961.
Okay.
And my whole life, she only had 2 children, but she always wanted 10. And her whole dream in life was to be a mother and wife. She got her dream of being a mother, but she never got her dream of being a wife. But I think that also speaks to her generation, where motherhood and being a wife was pushed on them. That was the propaganda of the time.
It was.
And then we came in the 80s, and it was like, go to school, dare to keep a kid off drugs. It was like, it's like, oh wow, I have let life pass me by. Oh, I need to be a mom too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'll even say with my first child, he was not an oops, but he was this is happening.
Right.
Okay. But it necessarily wasn't planned per se. And I think our generation is more on the planning side of things, taking things into our own hands.
Absolutely.
And preparing, as opposed to, oh, it happened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So what inspired your desire, I guess, per se, at this stage in life, right? So we're talking about, so I had my first child at 25, right? He wasn't necessarily planned, but I had finished my master's degree, and I was like, okay, if it happens, it happens.
Right.
It kind of happened. But you're like, strategically, like, I am prepping for something. So what inspired this decision now? I know you kind of touched a little bit about what the doctor said, but is there something deeper?
I feel like I'm in a place where I would actually be a good mother, and I am thinking more about, marriage and children and settling down. And I wasn't thinking about that previously. And like you say, it just kind of sneaks up on you because, yes, our parents, I mean, I don't know about anybody else's, but mine were strict.
Yes.
Where are you going? Oh, who's going? I need their number. I need their parents' number.
What church they go to?
Right. It was everything. And then, it was like, be independent, go to school, get your degree. Okay, get you a job. And it's like marriage and babies, they never really fell in there. And then you get to this age and you're like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Like,
yeah, it literally crept up on me.
yes.
I was like 40.
Right. Right. So it's like, okay, well, I'm not married. I don't have this man to make this baby with. So I need to make decisions and take action so that this opportunity is available and I don't have to rush and settle down with someone. And now we committed for the rest of our lives just so I can have a baby. Like, that's not fair either to the child or to me. So
that's a great way to put it, like, not just marrying for the sake of.
Right.
So even on this journey, I guess with your potential spouse, how will you approach that conversation with them? I know you said you're going to try the traditional way, but if that doesn't happen, are you letting that person know early on?
Yes,
or
absolutely.
were you waiting till you're married, like, hey, just in case, I got these eggs over here in the refrigerator?
I think once it gets, a little more serious, right, at some point, then that's definitely a conversation to have. I think that society has taught us that, like, our egg quality diminishes, but really the quantity diminishes. The quality doesn't diminish. Like, you're born with however many eggs you're going to have. So, I'm good on that. But yeah, I would just have that conversation like, hey, we're going to try it this way. I do have these eggs and we can go through in vitro if necessary. But yeah, I think I plan on being very transparent with everything up front. Yeah.
And hopefully you will be, I think guys are more open these days. They're not as traditional. I don't think our boomer parents could have had this conversation in dating phase. Even when it got like to the courting, we might be approaching marriage. I just don't think that they could have. I think guys are more progressive and evolved these days where they would be open to this discussion and this topic and this way of going about it.
Definitely. Definitely.
So how would you describe your journey towards considering fertility treatments and egg freezing? How would you say this journey has been? What has it looked like for you? Was it scary? Was it exciting? Nervous?
It was actually all of the above because I did think that I would have a partner, going into this and doing this with me. And at first I was like, oh, I'm so alone, but I was not alone. Like, I had a village. I had my friend who's in nursing school to help me do the shots. She came with me to some appointments. My mom came with me to some appointments. I had candid discussions with, like, my brother, my sister-in-law, my mom, just everybody. I think one thing that was kind of unexpected is the emotional aspect. Like, I knew I was going to take hormones and all of these things, but the reality that it's more tangible. Motherhood is more tangible now than it has been. And it's like the thought of someone calling me mommy, I was just like in tears. Yeah. Like, me?
Yeah. Me?
Like,
the girl who used to be knucking if you bucking. Me?
Right. Me? Am I old enough?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm a 38-year-old teen. I'm a teen mom.
Yes. But and that's what I used to refer to myself as, like a teen mom.
Yeah.
Even though I was grown.
Right.
But
I'm
you just
so grown. Almost 40.
Bills, mortgages.
Right.
But it's hard to explain to people because people are looking at you as adult, but inside you still feel, like you said, I always tell people I feel 17 on the inside.
Yes.
Like, I remember that part of me, and she stays with me.
Yes.
But I'm like, to your point of cosplaying in my hair,
yes,
I feel like I'm cosplaying as an adult.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So yeah, that was really unexpected. I even like recorded a video like to my future child. I had a dream that I was gonna have a boy. So I say that my dad is watching over my son in heaven. So it's just, yeah, that emotional piece it hit me. And I am a little tender teddy bear. I try to act like a thug, but
What's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay, y'all be Virgoing.
We do. Yes, we definitely Virgo. We definitely Virgo. The other thing, like when I would go to appointments, I would see, people with their mates, their partners, and
Hmm.
I was like,
Where mine?
where money?
He coming. He
Yeah.
coming.
So, but it was like you still have community, Candace. You are not alone.
Hmm.
God is with you. Your family is with you. Your friends are with you,
Right.
and everybody's gonna help you whenever this baby comes.
Hmm.
So it's it's nothing to worry about. So yeah, that was a journey. It was all of the feels, all of the emotions, and I can't wait to have a little nugget one day.
I can't wait for you to have your nugget. You mentioned that I think that my husband always say African Americans are more African than we realize. And
Mm.
so when you said that your dad is basically holding your son
Mhm.
before he gets here, that's very African. And that's what I say about my children.
Mhm.
So when my son, my grandmother died when I was 6 months. And when he came, I
Mm.
said, you met my grandmother on the way here. And
Yes.
then when my little girl just came this year,
Mhm.
I say, oh, you met them all. They all kissed
Yes.
you before you got here.
Oh, I love that
And so I see them in
in
her.
her.
Especially, I see my grandmother in her the most. I be like, I'm
Yeah.
holding grandma.
Oh.
And that, and then even with my daughter, one of her middle names is Beverly, my mother's
Mhm.
name.
Yeah.
And I always say, I'm loving Beverly the way she needed to be loved.
Oh my gosh, that is so interesting that you
Hmm.
say that because I don't know if you believe in reincarnation.
I guess.
Yeah, but I do feel like you can have some of those elements of
Hmm.
a loved one in a new
Yeah,
child.
yes.
And I was like, I really hope that I get to love my dad the way and give him the childhood that he didn't have, you
I'll
know?
throw this right at you.
Yeah.
I say the same
Yeah,
thing.
I want that so bad.
Yes,
Yeah.
because oh, sorry,
It's
you,
okay. Take your
I'm
time.
sorry
Yeah.
because my mom was harmed as a 5 year old.
Mm,
And you know what I mean by
I
that.
know.
She was harmed as a 5 year old. And my mom was always very transparent with us.
Yeah.
She told us everything. She was an open book. Some people be like, I don't know much about my mom. My mom told us everything,
Yeah.
the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent.
Mhm.
And she was violated.
Mhm.
And so when I look at my little girl, I be like, that's my number one goal, to keep you from
Safe.
violation.
Yes.
And even our little boys, sometimes we don't talk about them being
Mhm.
violated,
Right.
but to, like you said, to give him the childhood, even my grandmother didn't know that she got violated, you know what I mean? And so
Mm.
just hugging her and loving her and kissing her, because my
Yes.
mom gave so much love to everybody that
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna give you that, little Beverly. Little
Yes.
Beverly, I'm giving that to you. So
Yes.
I love that, and I love that you look forward to that.
I
And I
do.
think more children need mothers who really want them and care for them, as opposed
Absolutely.
to just giving birth.
Right.
And so when we say there's more than one journey to motherhood,
Mhm.
this is a beautiful way to get it, because the kid will know, oh, mama wanted me so bad. Look what
Yes.
she went through. Look what
Yes.
she paid for. Look at the scrutiny she may have faced through what
Mhm.
society views and
Mhm.
how this comes to be. And
Right.
so they'll know that, and they'll feel that. They'll feel wanted.
Mhm.
There's an African proverb that says that when the children don't feel warmth, they'll
Mhm.
create a fire. They'll burn it
Ooh.
down. And
Ooh.
I think that's what's happening with a lot of youth now. They
Mhm.
don't feel the warmth of the village. They don't feel, so they're burning it down.
Yeah,
And so we
that's
need more
good.
mothers like you
Oh,
and Max,
thank
who will be
you.
on the next show, to provide them with that love.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so this leads to my next question. What does being a non-traditional mom mean to you? And also, do you consider that phrasing offensive, or how would you describe this way of going about motherhood?
Um, I guess it is a non-traditional route, but the end goal is the same.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
know, so I feel like it really doesn't matter how you get there,
Mhm.
as long as you get there. Like even if you adopt a child, you're still a
You're
mom.
still a
You're
mom.
still a mom. So, you know, it doesn't matter what society says or thinks. It matters what you think and how you raise and love that child. You don't have to give birth to be a mom. You don't have to do things the traditional route.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's your journey, and there are so many children to be loved out there. So I don't think it matters.
I love that. Would you
Yeah.
consider adoption later on if things didn't with the eggs or the
Hmm.
natural way? With that, with there being so many kids to love, would you consider adoption?
I think that would be a strong discussion with my
Oh
partner.
yeah, you do have to consider them.
Right. Yeah, that
You
that
do.
would be a discussion we would have to have. I don't personally see myself doing it, but I,
Mhm.
I definitely don't knock anybody
Who
else
goes that route?
who goes that route, because there are children that need to be loved. But where I am right now in my journey, I don't see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know what could happen down the road. Like, I think if it was a situation where it was like a family member, maybe something
Mm-hmm.
happened to them and I needed to take over, I would definitely do that in a heartbeat for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Yeah.
I love that.
Hmm.
How did you? Because we kind of touched on it a little bit, but did you ever consider being a mom like when you're 8 and you're playing with your dolls?
Yes, I think I had that maternal instinct. I
Mm-hmm.
had a ton of Barbie dolls, a ton of toys, and like people would come over and maybe I wouldn't be there, and they're like, "How many children live here?" Like,
You were
and
just spoiled.
I was very spoiled. They all had nicknames. They were all my babies. And of course, my mom owned a black bookstore. So it wasn't like, little Brittany and Jasmine. It was like Zora Neale Hurston, Martin Luther
Yeah.
King, Marcus Garvey. I remember I had a Cabbage Patch who was Marcus Garvey.
Come on, Marcus. You was
Yeah,
very black center,
right.
pro black.
And they were all my children. They were.
You was a good mama, Savannah.
I tried. I did my best. I did my best.
So this will be a great question to tell the audience, and I think they'll be very interested in
Mhm.
knowing this. How did you research or prepare yourself emotionally, physically, and financially for this journey?
Emotionally, physically, and financially. Okay, well, let's start off with financially.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned it to my sister-in-law back in 2023. And then 2024 like came around and I got gun shy. I was like, I don't know, like maybe I should get some more quotes from people. And because I found out my insurance would not cover, like, they would only cover parts of the medication.
Mm-hmm.
So the procedure was all on me. And I was like, I don't have the funds.
Yeah.
I don't have the funds. So my sister-in-law was like, well, how about we just split it 3 ways between, my sister-in-law, my brother, my mom, and then me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, really? Like,
That was
she's
very
like, yeah,
kind.
like, you want to be a mom? We support you. So that was so helpful financially. Physically, I work out.
You look good.
Thank you.
Body is T.
Thank you,
T T
girl.
T T T T.
Yeah, so I work out like 5 days a week. I drink plenty of water. I brought my I
You
brought my
should.
water with me, my little weapon. I try to eat pretty decently. I'm not crazy about fast food. I don't drink soda.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for sweets. Like all the bad stuff, I wasn't raised
Help
with
me.
it. Like,
Help me.
yeah, like my dad did not allow me to eat candy growing up, so I rarely eat candy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had life patterns and lifestyles growing up that kind of just trickled into adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have a desire for certain things. So I love salad, girl. I will tear up a
Tear
salad.
a salad up.
Yes. So
I need this. We need to like swap situations.
okay.
Because I'm a hot Cheetos girl. Everyone knows this.
Really?
Everybody knows
Girl, those the worst for your body. That die. That die.
this. Okay. Okay. Help me.
We're
Help
gonna find
me.
you a
Help
healthier
me.
version.
They're supposed to be taking a die out to start in December 2025.
Okay.
And then that'll probably be my last time eating them. I probably won't.
Now you know what I love? Have you had the Simply Cheetos?
No.
Baby.
Listen.
They don't have any dye in them. They're like white cheddar.
Yes.
And they're the puffs.
Are they hot?
They're
I'm a
not.
spice girl.
They're not hot.
Okay, well then we won't have anything to talk about.
But they're delicious.
I'm gonna give it a try.
Give it a
Bring
try.
me some to chapter meeting.
I'm gonna bring you a bag because every time I go and buy some, I buy them in tubes. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I will try it out
Mm-hmm.
because we're trying to turn over a new leaf.
Okay.
Because I am a geriatric mama.
Yes.
And I got to give this new baby what I gave the oldest baby.
You do.
Because that oldest baby had me out here.
Yeah.
I got to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle change.
I can do it.
You can.
I've been telling myself all week I can do hard things.
You can. I believe in you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So earlier you kind of mentioned that you had a support system, even though you would go to these appointments and you would see a woman with a partner or a spouse, but you have your support system. Can you speak to, I know you talk about it meant a lot to you to have them, but can you like expound on your support system on this journey and what it means beyond?
Yes. So my mom, my brother, my sister-in-law, my friends, family, just everybody has been so supportive from the jump. My mom was even like, well, let's just do it, like, alone and just find some sperm. And I was like, Mama, I don't have that kind of money, girl. I don't have that money. And my mom has 2 grandchildren already, but my niece and nephew are older. My niece is about to be 27. My nephew's 23, right? But so there has not been a baby around.
In a long
But
time.
right, but she has not been pressuring me. She's been, she wants me to find the right supportive partner. But she does collect babies' clothes. She has it's called Hope's Chest. And when she finds some cute baby clothes, she puts it in there. But
boy and girl clothes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So just in case.
Right.
You might get twins.
And that's really ideally what I want because I don't want to do 2 pregnancies at my age. But yeah, everyone's been so supportive, so thoughtful, and even talking about like when the baby is here, like, oh, I'm going to come pick that baby up on the weekend.
Here, help me.
Right. So everyone just has always, I was raised in love anyway, so it's just overflowing now, and it's going to flow into that baby when they arrive. So yeah.
What advice would you give to people trying to support someone in your situation? What's the best way for someone to support a mother or someone trying to be a mother in this situation? What's the best way?
I think you can just ask them, like, what can I do for you? All right. Maybe that's cooking a meal for them. Maybe it's going out for a walk so they can clear their mind. Just ask what they need specifically and cater to them.
That's a great response.
Yeah.
Along this journey, were there any inspiring stories that you heard that you said, oh my, this is good. I'm going to continue on this journey because I heard this story?
I know I did see other people's fertility journeys and how things went for them. So that was nice to see, like, other people doing it that are my same age, in my same predicament. I really feel like people of the same age, it doesn't matter where you live, it's like we're living the same life.
Yes.
So seeing a couple of those reels, I'm like, okay, this is possible. If she can do it, I can do it. She's just a regular girl like myself. So just seeing people that were my age, that were peers doing it, was really inspiring and encouraging. So I was like, I got this,
Made it feel like you weren't alone. Like
I
you're
wasn't
not an
alone.
anomaly.
Exactly. Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
So in true Tynee Talks fashion, at the end of our show, we like to give shout outs. So who do you want to give a shout out to today?
I would like to give a shout out to my mama.
Hey, mama.
We actually have a TikTok. Follow us on TikTok at Roger that 87. We dance together on TikTok. My mom is 81, and so people just love seeing that because I think that society really gets on women about when they have children, right? If you're a teenager, oh, you're too young. If you get married, 20s, 30s, okay, well, when you gonna have a baby?
Yes, right.
And then when you're like over 35, oh, you too old to have a baby. So
we can't win.
Right. So it's like our new ministry now.
Yeah.
And I really love that for us. So, hey, mama.
Hey, mama. All right. And where can we follow you on social media and what can we expect from your content? I know since you're an influencer.
All right, absolutely. So my name is Roger that 87 RODGERTHAT 87 on all platforms. I do a lot of lifestyle content on my Instagram, and also I can sell your house or I can sell your house. So just let me know.
And thank you again, Candace, for being a guest on the Tynee Talks podcast and sharing your journey on what it means to get to motherhood in a non-traditional way.
Thank you.
Thank you for all those mothers out there who are considering egg freezing or fertility treatment or adoption. No matter what it is, there is more than one way to motherhood. And I hope your way is the best way for you. Be sure to follow me at Tynee Talks on Instagram and on Facebook. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Woo!